Hey, so a quick overview of what we can trade on eToro. People sort of think about stocks and shares, and there's currencies and there's cryptos, and just want to give a bit of an overview of what we can trade on eToro and where you can find them. So here you go to your trade markets page. As always, it's kind of the main page, landing page for finding out what you want to trade and what the markets are. So up here, you see this here: cryptos, ETFs, stocks, indices, commodities, currencies. That is sort of main headings for the main ways of classifying what it is you can trade. If you're unfamiliar with these, I'll do some videos afterwards which sort of briefly explain what each one of those are. If you're completely unfamiliar, you probably already know much more than me. I'm still learning, I'm still new to this, but I'll show you how to find your way around the system here. First one is the cryptos. The cryptos, obviously, they've been going for a long time, Bitcoin has at least, but it's a kind of burgeoning, growing, expanding asset class at the moment. People are really into it, so a lot of people want to trade cryptos, and it's something that's available on eToro. Now, the way you trade cryptos on eToro is different from how you trade them on the more traditional, they're brand new, all of them, but the traditional cryptocurrency exchanges, like Bittrex and Poloniex and Bitfinex and Coinbase and whatever, all those exchanges. You buy the real coins, and you have to store them securely in a sort of a piece of software called a wallet, and all the rest of it. Coming here to trade cryptocurrencies is different. Hey, so I have to interrupt quickly. Sorry to interrupt myself there, but they've changed it. So up until a few weeks ago, on eToro, you didn't trade the real cryptos, you traded CFDs of the cryptos, contracts for difference. And I uploaded that video, and I've had to take it down because kind of the same week they changed it, and it was a bit wrong. So they now trade real cryptos on eToro. So you go to the same screen. Here we are in the crypto screen, and you see Bitcoin Dash became available for trading just 2 days ago, or yesterday I think. So that's a pretty new one to be able to trade, although it was listed on the site before. You've got Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. So in the past it was CFDs, now it's more like those other exchanges. As I was saying, on those other crypto exchanges, you buy the coins, you store them in a secure wallet. So here on eToro, you're actually buying the real underlying fundamental assets, the coins. You're buying the coins themselves. eToro's just moved to this. Obviously they're getting really into the crypto sphere now. It's like it's such a big part of the market that they're moving full tilt into it. And I'll make a video explaining what's going on there. They're keeping the coins apparently in segregated accounts for safety. You still don't have a wallet like on other exchanges. They sort of take care of that. Anyhow, if you want to trade cryptos, here they are. There's Bitcoin, Dash, Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. And you can choose. You can go to any one, and there's the trade button, there's the chart, stats, same sort of stuff. So that's a brief introduction to cryptos. The move to trading underlying real cryptos is a big thing for eToro. That's a huge change from just trading CFDs. So that's the first one. The second heading is ETFs, exchange traded funds. Again, I'm going to make another video which explains a bit more what they are, but you can sort of see here some of the exchange traded funds that are available. Again, just by clicking on any one of them, you get the familiar sort of trading stuff, the stats, charts, and you can open a trade. And there's the normal trading parameters there, which I'll explain later. So that's ETFs, really. I don't trade them much. I mean, I mostly trade stocks and cryptos, but they're here and they're useful, and a lot of people like them. And they're available on eToro. Stocks is probably the largest section. Stocks, I'm not sure how many companies they have available in eToro. Obviously, in the world, there are many companies which are listed, which you can trade on various exchanges around the world. They don't have them all on eToro, but they have a wide selection. And the selection kind of does incorporate different markets. So there's agricultural ones, there's financial ones, there's technology ones, there's basic materials, conglomerates. So you can see here, you can search by industry. Here you can see industry types, or by exchange, because they also represent different stocks which are traded in different parts of the world on different major exchanges. So you've got New York Tech, New York Stock Exchange, Frankfurt, London, Paris, Madrid, Milan, and Zurich. So there's a lot of stocks available, and I'll go into that more about that later, but they can be easily traded. Same thing, pick one, same stuff, stats, chart, and the research button, quite useful. and you just click trade to open it. Same stuff. You can either sell it, short sell it, which is betting that the value will go down and you make money as it goes down, or you can buy it where you're betting that the value will go up and you make money as the value goes up. A simple overview of them. Trade markets, back to it. Indices. Indices track groups of companies on stock exchanges around the world, and they are available here for trading. Again, I'll go into it more in another video, but you can find them there as well. Quite useful because they represent indices from around the world. We've got Australia, China, that's America, Spain, Europe, Japan, Germany, France. There's quite a lot available. Not that many, but there's enough that if that's what you're looking for, it's available on the system. Commodities, major materials or commodities which are used in industrial and other processes around the world. The major ones here: copper, gold, natural gas, oil, platinum, silver, available for trading on eToro. Again, it's CFDs on the value of those, but you can trade them if you know enough about them to not lose tons of money. You can go ahead and trade them on here. And finally, we've got currencies, currency pairs. So there's a lot. There's 47 currency pairs listed. So there we are. If you're into Forex and you're looking to trade Forex, you can trade Forex on this. Again, I'll make a video which goes into a bit about what that is. But yeah, Forex is available. There's good leverage on Forex. You can see again stats, the chart. You go in to trade it, and look, 100. It goes up to times 200 leverage. Traditionally not the most volatile thing to trade. It doesn't go up and down, so it's hard to make money. Recently though, it's been all over the place. Again, I'll make a video explaining a bit more about that later. You can sell it, you can buy it, you can trade it, or you can set an order. So you can define the rate you want to buy it at. So yeah, same stuff there with that. So those are the things you can trade. Those are major groups: cryptos, ETFs, stocks, indices, commodities, and currencies. And together they that really brings in a really broad range of all the things that you might want to trade. You know, different people like to trade different things. Some people stick to cryptos. Some people stick to stocks. Some people love the ETFs and indices. Yeah, there's a lot of people who like currencies and really just stick to that. Some people just stick to not even all the currencies, but euro against US dollar, you know, or whatever. But they're available here. Not always the largest selection of them, but enough that, you know, it's comfortable. You can sort of choose different parts of the world, different regions, different depending on your strategy. So obviously, also things you can trade. The major beauty of this is copy trading. You can actually just invest in people. I still think this is an absolutely fantastic idea, and it's why I came here. And so what this basically means is each person you copy becomes like a fund manager for you. So you choose a person, you look at their stats, you look at there's lots of statistics about them. You can find out all about their performance and their risk, how risky they are, what they trade. And if you want to copy them, very, very simple. You just copy them with whatever amount of money you want, minimum $100, but you can copy them with any amount you want. You set a copy stop loss, which is an automatic sort of kill switch on the copy. So if they ever lose $50 or if they ever lose $100 or whatever you want, then it will automatically stop the copy. You don't have to stay at your computer all the time. All profits that they make in the copy get sort of plowed automatically back into that copy. It's like a fund. It just grows, and so they make bigger trades with your money, and they can make bigger trades and they can make more money. Obviously, it's not always a win. Sometimes they lose. That's why you have to look at their statistics, find a good trader. But copying is absolutely, I think, magnificent, and it's another investment opportunity on eToro. Instead of having to just sort of trade into the actual asset itself, you can actually have people you're copying as sort of little fund managers, and you can have, I think it's up to 100 of them. I'm not sure, but you can have lots and lots and lots of lots of people with different amounts of money, and those people, some of them might invest in Forex, some might invest in cryptos, some might invest in stocks, some in indices, so you can spread your risk about. It's amazing. Another thing you can invest in here is copy funds. So again, it's like a traditional fund manager. A fund would be where I didn't explain what ETFs are. Did I explain what ETFs are? ETFs. I'll explain in the other video anyhow, but this sort of a fund, it's like someone's got a basket and they filled it with lots of different things. So instead of buying an individual stock or an individual company, you say, all right, this guy here who's the fund manager has put together a basket of lots of different companies. I trust him or her to have picked the right one. I'm going to buy the whole basket. I'll buy shares in the whole basket. And if they all in general go up, that's good. And if they go down, oh no, not so good. And this is a way of sort of spreading your risk. So you're not just invested in one thing. You can spread your risk out. So if one goes up, another one might be going down. But if another one goes down sharply, others are going up. So it's meant to mitigate and sort of lessen your risk. Problem with the copy funds is you have to invest 5,000 as a minimum. I don't have 5,000, so I can't do it. But it's another thing. If you want sort of, it's meant to be a more medium to long-term investment. So it won't have, 60, 70% returns each year, but it might have 15, 20%, and it'll be safer. And Etoro sort of manages these funds. So it manages what's in the different funds. You find things like quarterly gainers, traders, that's about people you can copy, trending people you can copy. Then there's actually ones based on the market. So the crypto fund, gaming industry fund, which takes like a range of gaming industry companies, sort of puts them into one fund. Big tech, says things you can do. This one's basically loosely based on Warren Buffett's strategy. There we go. So there's funds as well that you can invest in, and you can find them here. So trade markets brings you to this one with all the actual markets you can directly trade in. Copy people brings you to this where there's search parameters and you can find people to copy which is amazing. And copy funds is down there where you can see the funds that they've put together, Etoro themselves, and they manage and update. So that's just a brief introduction to the sort of things you can trade on Etoro. And I think I'll make some videos about each one of those now and go into a bit more detail. That's it.